Honorable Men Discord. Friends turn foes. Let's talk about it. So I'm gonna go straight into it. Um, Mo3 from Dallas and Yellow Beezy, also from Dallas, are two hip hop artists who were feuding for, I want to say, a few years, but they used to be friends. At some point in time, I guess the streets, the money, the notoriety, all intertwined, and it just didn't work out between the two of them. And it was a back and forth of both parties just trying to just tear the other one down. All right. Whether it was on live, I don't know if it was Facebook Live they were using at the time, but they were going live just tearing each other down. All right. Let me just get into this that I have to the side of me. Just want to read this out. One moment, excuse me. Okay. It says Melvin Noble was gunned down in the middle of the day in 2020. Melvin Noble being Mo3 on Interstate 35E in Dallas. Marquise Conway is accused of hiring a hitman. Marquise Conway is Yellow Beezy, right? So just putting that out there. I actually have the footage of the shooting, but we're going to get into that in a few. Now, I remember when this story broke a few years ago and seeing the footage that they put out then, and I said to myself, how crazy it is that some people are so determined to end someone's life that they're doing it on a freeway. I feel like I've seen it all. I've seen it all, I've seen it all. All right. And it just doesn't seem to stop. It's funny. A term that has been used for the last few years. I'm outside. I'm outside. That's a term that's frequently used. But I was just thinking about it before hitting record to do this video. And with everyone saying they're outside, I don't understand why they're saying they're outside, because there's a few of them that are committing acts that puts them inside. So are you really enjoying outside? And this goes back to, I want to say yesterday's video that I did where I questioned, I questioned, does anyone enjoy life? Is everyone, happy? I may not have said all of these things, but it goes back to my thinking of, does anyone enjoy being alive, being above grass? You say you're outside, but are you doing things productive or doing things that shows that you're grateful to have the opportunity to be outside? There's people who wish they had the opportunity to be outside. They're in the hospital, terminally ill, or they've been giving diagnoses that limit their time here on Earth, right? But there's a group of individuals that's out there that it's almost as though they're possessed, and I believe it is a little bit of spiritual warfare going on out there, because I just don't understand why these things are happening at this level. But then again, it was written for those of you who follow the scriptures. It's been written, For those of you that don't follow the scriptures, maybe it's time to crack open Revelation and read a couple verses. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I honestly mean that, based on what's going on in this world. But in any event, so in 2020, unfortunately, we have Mo3, who was gunned down on a highway. All right. And to be more specific, let me get this correct. I want to be very thorough with saying this. Give me a few. Okay. I'm sorry. So apparently, let me just say this. Apparently, at one point in time, Yellow Beezy was also shot. All right, he was shot in 2018 in, it says, Louisville, while driving on State Highway, on a highway also. Right? I can't make this up. So in 2018, Yellow Beezy, who was recently arrested for allegedly murder for hire, similar to what happened with Little Durk, But Yellow Beezy, I believe he turned himself in. Either he turned himself in or he was arrested. Either way, he was apprehended for the death of Mo3. Yellow Beezy was shot in 2018 in Louisville while driving on State Highway 121 in February and then in February of 2021, he was charged with it says faced with unlawful firearm possession, right? Now, so he was shot in 2018 on the highway, but he survived that. Now, who knows who was behind that? I'm not here to speculate, and I didn't do that depth of research to know whether or not it could have possibly been associated with Mo3. But I'm not going to assume that. But in any event, Yellow Beezy, as you can see from here, was shot in again 2018, right? Now, Mo3 was shot in 2020 also on a highway. I wanted to find the exact highway, and I know I had found it on a separate feed. Oh, okay. Okay, so Mo3, whose real name is Melvin Noble, was gunned down in the middle of the day in 2020 on Interstate 35 East in Dallas. Okay, both on some type of highway. Just unbelievable. All right, just unbelievable. But let me get to the video of this shooting. All right, we're gonna look at this video real quick. So this is the actual footage from Mo3's demise, unfortunate demise. All right, let's take a quick look at this. Let me take the sound off. So the car you're looking at, the Honda, is Mo3's car. The black vehicle ahead is the vehicle of the person who allegedly was paid to take Mo3 out. As you see him running towards the vehicle. And then he's running after he completed the mission, for lack of another way of expressing that. You see him driving off. So that's the video footage from 2020. This is the video again. You can see Mo3's car was trying to swerve, but there was a truck beside him, and from there he stops. Now, from what I found out from other platforms is that the reason why Mo3 stopped the car and he ran around the back to go to the passenger side is he was trying to get a weapon that he usually has in the car. I believe it was somewhere underneath the seat, but allegedly his manager, whose name is Rainwater, this is allegedly, had removed the firearm from the car, and some people were speculating that his manager, who goes by the name Rainwater, was somewhat behind this also. Like, he knew of the fact that this hit was coming. Rainwater also admitted that he was actually on a phone call with Mo3 when this was taking place. He was on a phone call with Mo3. But we'll get to that also. I don't believe Rainwater had anything to do with it, and the reason why I'm gonna play right now. All right, but in any event, let's just finish watching this video. So before this all took place, Rainwater is claiming that he was on a phone call with Mo3. And throughout this whole thing, he's claiming, I guess, Mo3 still had the phone in his hand all the way up until when he laid on the concrete, and he was no longer with us. But let me just get to this. All right, so the reason why I don't think Rainwater had anything to do with this, and I have to play this. This is an old live video that Mo3 posted. So I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to explain why I don't think Rainwater had anything to do with this.
Blood, I don't know where his boo at. I don't know where it's tight. I don't know where it's in style. Fam, you can't J no nigga that's not like that, that's not cut like that, and ain't even trying to be like that. It ain't, oh yeah, that's how we riding, nigga, know what's up, ooh. Hold up real quick, let me take a sip of this juice, pop my shit. Oh yeah, we at 1,000, okay, cool. Okay, look, boom. Let me say that first off, so you understand. And I know when I do this shit, I do this shit. Let me tell you first off, Rainwater, let me say his name, because I keep saying, whatchamacallit beats up Mo3's manager. First of all, I want y'all to understand, that's the only way the views, the numbers, and everything gonna go up, because it's got my name in the front of it. First of all, y'all taking it like a nigga whoop me or something. Nigga dodging me, nigga ducking me. Nigga ain't even trying to be no vicinity of me. I don't know why, I'm a friendly rapper, but nigga know what's up. Anyway, listen, this ain't even about me. Fam, the video come up, I'm finna show y'all both videos. You get, because guess what, you bitch, you, they recorded it. Hold up, three. Boom. Let me say this first. Rainwater, my manager, is not no street nigga. Let me say it again. Rainwater, my manager, is not no street nigga. He graduated high school and went to college, sir. You get what I'm saying? He was promoting and throwing college parties for a living. He wasn't selling drugs. He wasn't gang banging. He wasn't locking B's and C's. He wasn't doing none of that. You get what I'm saying? Let me say that again. Rainwater, Mo3's manager, is not no street nigga. He's not no street nigga. He ain't out here. He pull his pants up on his ass and, and whoop the whoop and, you know what I'm saying? Talk like he got some sense. You get what I'm saying? Let me break that down for y'all one more time. Rainwater is not no street nigga.
Rest in peace, Mo3, but I definitely get what you're saying. And unfortunately, there's a select group of us in the black community that praise this, which is why he's speaking on someone wearing their pants properly and getting an education as though it's less than being a street, right? This is where some of us have had, this is where we are as a community, some of us. But this is what we glorify, some of us. Let's continue.
And I can say this right now about my partner. Because I tell him the same thing. He's scary. Why is 5 niggas chasing down a scary ass nigga, man? Huh? You don't get no points for that. Then you walk back to the car talking about, yeah, I beat him up. Guess what, you bitch, you? They recorded. Oh, shit. Look, hold up. And you know what? You know what tripped me out about this shit right here? Is that, let me talk civilized real fast. Let me chill out. They say 3 be starting shit. 3 always starting something. Woo. Fam, this boy went to the club by himself. Let me say it again. This boy went to the club by himself, not with me, not with no other niggas, not no none of that. He went to school in Cedar Hill. He graduated. He went to college, started promoting parties and shit. You see his names on a bunch of flyers and shit. He's not street at all. He be mad at me for some of the shit I be doing. And I gotta tell him, man, god damn, come on, scary ass nigga. Fam, y'all whooped a scary nigga. And y'all ain't even whoop him good. I'm disappointed. If that were me and my partners, and we would have caught that boy lagging like that, we would have did him dirty. Y'all ain't doing him dirty, man. Come on, man. His lip wasn't even bust. Come on, man.
So I want to stop that there. The reason why I'm assuming, and I don't know, I'm honestly assuming, the reason why I don't think Rainwater had anything to do with it is that it seems from when I watched this, and you could watch this in its entirety. This is from Entitled King. You could look this up and watch the entire video. The reason why I'm assuming Rainwater had nothing to do with Mo3's demise is because he really wanted the best for Mo3. He did not enjoy the things that Mo3 used to take part in. Obviously, he was the manager for his rap career because Rainwater saw the talent that Mo3 possessed, but he didn't want him partaking in the street activity. Now, whether or not, the rumors that's been out there about, Rainwater probably removed the weapon from the car, which is why when in that video when Mo3 ran around the back of the car, he couldn't find it. I can't attest to that. I can't confirm that, so I'm not gonna go with that narrative. But I'll just say that it seems as though Rainwater wanted the best for him. Because if Mo3's winning, Rainwater's winning also because he's his manager. So let me just get out of that. So I just wanted to show that. I know I just clicked away something I just needed. But by the way, so this is a clip I found. This is from DJU TV. This is Rainwater speaking on the fact that he was on the line with Mo3 when the incident took place. I'm just gonna play a clip from it.
I was on the phone.
Somebody called you?
I heard I was on the phone with him.
Oh, you was on the phone with him?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
I was on the phone with him. We talk every morning. Yeah, I heard it out.
So y'all was on the phone when he was getting killed?
I heard it out.
Wow. That's deep.
Go look at the picture he laying out. The phone right next to him.
That was you on the phone with him?
The whole time.
That shit crazy. So, are you traumatized from that situation?
Yeah, but I ain't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 years straight, I kept moving.
So when you say you was on the phone with him, what was you hearing? What was you hearing before you weren't able to hear his voice no more?
Gunshots.
Okay.
Him asking where I was at.
So again, that clip is from DJU TV. The whole thing is just unfortunate. For the life of me, I can't think of anything that a former friend could do to me that would want me to see him lifeless. Now, this is allegedly in regard to Yellow Beezy, because it hasn't been proven, but allegedly the shooter is tying his name to it, saying that he was paid to do what he did. I don't know. We're gonna save Candace Owens for last. Okay. Now, Rainwater had received some backlash because now Rainwater, obviously having been Mo3's manager, went on record and said that he respected Yellow Beezy for, since 2020, not making it obvious that he was behind the shooting, right? And obviously people are looking at him like, what are you talking about? You respect Yellow Beezy. Where's your respect for Mo3? Why would you say something like that? And this is Rainwater explaining why he said what he said. And this is courtesy of Boss Talk 101 podcast. Let's get into it.
The first thing that come to my mind was watching, you were on live the other day, right? And being on live, I noticed you said, you were talking about, they asked you about Yella. And you said, you know what, you respect Yella. Why would you say you respect Yella and what he's, like, that angered a lot of people the way how you said it.
He never said a word through this whole thing. He could have been making songs, making other people, family members cry, making people who really love Mo3 cry. I mean, he kept it all the way G. He tricked me. Shit, I was like, damn, did he have something to do with it? And the way he moved and talked, like, you would never knew. The other nigga, Freddie, he was just loud, put him on a shirt, and every time we looked up, he dissing Mo3, when this other nigga who really had something to do with it was just sitting back quiet. Like,
so you felt that Freddie probably had something to do with it, but Yella didn't?
Yeah, I feel like, I was like, damn, Freddie, like, you know what I'm saying? Freddie out on the highway, And this boy here just sitting there quiet, you would never know. You know what I'm saying?
Now, when they speak on Freddie, he's another artist. Let's continue.
You'll never know. So, you know, at the end of the day, I respect him for not even rubbing it in people's faces and making the situation bigger than what it was by sitting back just not saying nothing about it. You know what I'm
Because you
saying?
angered a lot of people because they said how you can be down for Mo and really something like that come out of your mouth.
I'm just going to keep it real. I'm just...
Real stupid. And that's my opinion. Yes, I said that.
I always keep it real, though. I respect him for that because he could have made it a lot worse.
Now, you saw the clip that I played when Mo3 was talking about the incident that took place with Rainwater basically getting jumped. Now, although Mo3 didn't mention it, he was basically speaking on Yellow Beezy and I guess Yellow Beezy's entourage or his people. Had at some point in time, I guess Rainwater was at a club. They caught him by himself and they jumped him, and they were celebrating that they jumped him because I guess they, you know, just from off of his affiliation with Mo3, they looked at that as a celebration. They jumped him, which is why on that video that I played with Mo3 was pointing out the fact that, listen, hey, Rainwater went to school. He wears his pants properly. He went to college. He's just, his background is he promoted parties in college. He's not from the street. So you celebrating what you celebrating that for? Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up is so that same person who had his head on straight and was able to finish college is now on a podcast post the death of Mo3, his artist, his friend. And you're celebrating, or not even celebrating, you're acknowledging and saluting the man who possibly put the hit out on your artist / friend. Make that make sense. So the title's Friends Turn Foes, and that's obviously Mo3 and Yellow Beezy. But then you have a friendship in your manager, because I'm sure they were more than just a business relationship, you know, manager artist. I'm sure they developed a friendship, which usually happens when you're constantly on the road, you're doing shows. There's a, you know, first of all, especially when you're not signed to a major, when you take someone on as your manager, there's a level of respect and understanding and friendship that usually is developed for you to entrust that person as your manager. All right. And if I'm wrong, by all means, I'll see you in the comments. And I'll see you in the comments on anything that I said in this particular video. But this that makes no sense to me. So Rainwater, the educated manager, is acknowledging and saluting the man who potentially put out a hit on your friend / artist. And you're acknowledging the fact that, well, he kept his mouth shut the whole time. You would have never known that he had anything to do with it. Well, okay, that's fine. But then once you find out that he may have had something to do with it, there is no saluting. At the end of the day, a life was lost. I don't know what's going through these young men's minds. You know, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't even look up the age of Rainwater to be speaking like that and talking about he respects it. He kept it, you know, I don't want to paraphrase when I have it right here.
You know what I'm saying? He could have made songs about it then, you know.
And what I did not know, tell me if this is true, because when I was listening to that, Roy Lee.
Listen, if you want to see the rest of that interview,
I'm just gonna
Boss
keep it
Talk
real.
101.
I always keep it real, though. I respect him for that because he could have made it a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? He could have made songs about it then, you know.
And what I did not know, tell me if this is true, because
I gotta go further back. I want
making the situation bigger than what it
didn't.
Yeah, I feel like, I was like, damn, Freddie, like, you know what I'm saying? Freddie out on the highway, and this boy here just sitting there quiet, you would never know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would never know. So, you know, at the end of the day, I respect him for not even rubbing it in people's faces and making the situation bigger than what it was by sitting back just not saying nothing about it. You know what I'm
Because you
saying?
angered a lot of people because they said how you can be down for Mo and really something like that come out of your mouth?
Oh, I'm just gonna keep it real. I always keep it real, though. I respect him for that because he could have made it a lot worse.
I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I think that's absurd. If you disagree with me, I'll see you in the comments. It's absurd. First of all, it was in Yellow Beezy's best interest to keep his mouth quiet. In his best interest. That wasn't a sign of like he's thorough. It's in your best interest to stay as silent as possible. It's always in your best interest to stay silent. Listen, before I get into Candace, I'm saving Candace for the end. I spoke about the fact that I'm going to be using Candace Owens' clip on several videos because it's obvious that the trajectory that the young, not just hip-hop artists, but the young generation that's involved in the quote-unquote street life, the trajectory is continuing to go up, and not go up in a good way, but go up in a negative way. So as long as it continues to persist and give content creators like myself and other platforms the ability to speak on it, I'm going to keep posting the Candace Owen clip at the end of my videos, which is why even though I keep brushing over it, I'm going to play it at the end until it resonates with someone out there that's looking to do more with their lives than crash out. All right. For those who actually, when they're outside, they're outside enjoying life, literally smelling the roses, like the old saying goes, smelling the roses, enjoying the fact that you have, if you have the ability to walk, you have all your limbs, you're outside enjoying that, because we're on a race against time. It's not really a race, it's a marathon, but we're getting older by the day. So we're supposed to be enjoying this journey. And yeah, we don't agree with everyone that's out there, but to risk it all because of fame, money, I don't care what it is. I don't even care if it's about women. It's just crazy. Because if you're outside adding to the destruction of the world, and you could potentially lose your freedom, you're no longer going to be outside. You're going to be inside. And then the only time that you're going to be outside, if you're lucky, depending on how you conduct yourself in prison or in jail, is for yard time. And that's going to be the extent of it. It's going to be no more outside where you have free range. It's going to be outside the yard. So all this outside, we outside, it's almost like it's a contradiction, because you're talking about being outside, but you're outside just adding to the mayhem that's out there. And yes, I'm using terms that are not used often by the young folks, but that's fine, because I'm big unk. All right, I'm older, and I'm not shying away from it. I'm on the road to 50 and proud of it, because I grew up to see Tupac lose his life in his 20s. All right. And like I said, I'm on the road to 50, but this is not about me. Let me get into the news report about Yellow Beezy. A little update.
Now to a developing story. North Texas rapper Yella Beezy in court today, accused of killing another rapper. Our Natalie Haddad joins us live now from the courthouse in Dallas. Natalie, a lot of people interested in this story. What happened in court today?
Another rapper, Mo3. Let's get it together. You're an official news station. What is this? WFAA? Looks like it says 8. WFAA. Let's say the rapper's name.
Yeah, absolutely, Janelle. I was sitting in the hearing in that courtroom, and every seat was full, every pew, I should say. And again, just mentioned, we just walked out of that courtroom. A judge granted rapper Yella Beezy a lesser bond. This was his first court appearance. It was all about the bond that he was assigned to him when he was first arrested. Now, Yella Beezy, whose real name is Marquise Conway, he was arrested just last week in a murder-for-hire plot. So some background for you. Conway was initially given a $2 million bond. His defense team argued argued he could not afford that and he needed to be in a position where he could continue to provide for his immediate and extended family. And despite the prosecution arguing that Conway could pay a $2 million bond if he wanted to because he lives in a mansion in Frisco and flies in private jets, Conway now returns to jail with a $750,000 bond instead. So it went from $2 million to $750,000. Conway arrested last week, nearly 5 years after the murder of another Dallas rapper, Melvin Noble, known by his rap name Mo3. Conway is accused of hiring a hitman who carried out Noble's murder. He faces a capital murder while remuneration charge, and this means that the killing was done for financial gain or reward. Now, back in November of 2020, Noble was shot and killed on I-35 in Dallas. I believe we have seen video of that. He tried to get out of his car and run, but was gunned down by a man with a rifle. 2 men were arrested in the weeks following his murder and are facing federal charges themselves. But now this...
So we saw the video. He didn't try to get out of the car and run. Obviously, he felt like he had protection, so he wanted to use it against a potential threat. So I understand why he ran around the back into his passenger side. But we all watched the video at the beginning of this episode. Had he got out his vehicle and just ran, he might have had a better chance. Now, I don't know how determined that shooter was, but he took away time that he had from escaping by running around the back to try to look for something. There's no time for looking for anything. It's either you have it at your disposal. I don't know. I'm not here to teach how to do things more efficiently because I'm no expert, but I'm just going off of common sense, and I'm not disrespecting the deceased. May he rest in peace. Mo3, may he rest in peace. All right? What I'm saying is, if he was choosing to protect himself and risk shooting it out with someone else, it should have been easier. It should have been easier to access than him having to go around the back looking underneath the seat. But that's neither here nor there. What's done is done. Unfortunately, he passed away. The message is that I'm just trying to put out there is there's more to life than the jewelry around your neck, the foreign cars, the women. Yes, those things are nice. It's nice. I'm not saying it's wrong to treat yourself to these things. What I'm trying to say is to lose it all because of... And honestly, I was trying to find out what made their friendship sour, but they were both involved in the streets to some degree, I'm going to assume. So whenever it's anything that's involving the streets, it's money. They were both rappers, so it's about the fame. They're both from Dallas, so I'm sure at some point it was competitive. Women, who knows what it was about, because it wasn't worth him losing his life. But in any event, the point I'm trying to tell those of you watching is that there's more to life than any of this stuff. By all means, treat yourself, but you don't have to get to the point where you're feuding with somebody else and putting so much energy into retaliation to the point where at the end of the day you end up losing anyway. So it bought him a couple years. All right, so Yellow Beezy, if he's in fact involved in the demise of Mo3, you bought yourself 5 years? This happened in 2020. 5 years you had freedom to run around and I guess celebrate the fact that you don't have any competition anymore in Dallas. But I'm pretty sure there'll be another enemy. That's another thing too. It's like, when you think about in your lifetime how many people you've had arguments with or didn't agree with, you'd be trying to get rid of a lot of people. And at the end of the day, it's just not worth it. But you have to stick around. And when I say stick around, you got to live life long enough to understand these things. But some of you are just completely throwing it all away too early without giving yourself the opportunity to see that there's more to life than these moments in time when you feel like conflict is just that important and that grave to the point where the only resolution is to end someone's life. I'm not trying to make this an hour. episode. I mean, I can make a lot of these episodes an hour plus, but I'll only change the format if I feel as though that's what the viewers are looking for. But I'm not here to tie you up. I just wanted to get through this point of just enjoy outside in a positive way. All right, we got to stop this. But as promised, Candace Owens.
It's a broken culture, it's a broken society, and hip hop is hurting things. But I also want to talk to you about something I've realized. Even if Black Americans are aware and know their history, right? And you can get Black conservatives who understand the history much more, who understand, the ills of the left and what the left has done. But still, in that regard, they bring to the conservative side the same bad habits that I was hoping Black conservatives would be abandoning. And what I'm talking about, number one, is conflict resolution. Black Americans do not know how to resolve basic conflicts. Everything has to turn into a fight. I hate you forever. You got to draw lines. It's like you're this gang or that gang. And you still see it happening in politics. Mm-hmm. It's a broken culture. It's a broken society, and hip hop is hurting things. Ills of the in that regard, they bring.
And yes, I'm playing it one last time before I conclude. She's so on point. Candace Owens. Let's give it up for Candace Owens.
The conservative side, the same bad habits that I was hoping Black conservatives would be abandoning. And what I'm talking about, number one, is conflict resolution. Black Americans do not know how to resolve basic conflicts. Everything has to turn into a fight. I hate you forever. You got to draw lines. It's like you're this gang or that gang. And you still see it happening in politics. Mm-hmm. It's a broken culture.
We got to do better. We got to do better. And for those that's out there in the podcast world, that's like me pushing on the road to 50, we gotta speak on it. It's one thing to just report it and update on the latest shooting that's happening, but we have to speak against these shootings. And I'm not saying that there aren't those that aren't speaking out against it, but we need to continue consistently, and we need more people speaking against it, because I refuse to let this be the norm. Why? Because I have a young one, have a few young ones in this world, right? And I want to ensure that their future is bright, but I also want to ensure that other people's children's future are bright, not just mine, but other people's children's future is bright. And for the Yellow Breezes of the world to have a better future. I mean, his fate is his fate at this point in time, but hopefully, things could turn around. Maybe if not for him, then someone that looks up to him, that's close to him, a family member or friend of his, could make a turnaround. This is not it. This is not it. It's not it. And by all means, if nothing else, then guns down, fists up. You know what I'm saying? Some of you need to just fight it out. But some of you are such cowards, you don't even want to fight it out because you probably get your ass kicked. And now I'm just speaking real. You'll get your ass kicked. So the easiest thing to do is pulling out all these weapons. Everything is, the solution is I'm going to just gun the person down. How about you don't like the person, you meet up with the person and you guys fight it out. But at least you guys, after the bumps and bruises, you get to see another day. But we can't do that. We're not there as a community yet. We can't just fight it out. It's too much. We can't take an L. All right. We don't have conflict resolution like Candace Owens said, and some of us can't take a L. We take the L, then we coming back with a weapon because we didn't like the fact that we took the L. We got work to do, Black people. Again, I don't want to make this an hour episode, so I'm not even trying to hold everybody up, man. We got to do better. We got to go do better. Rest in peace, Mo 3. And that's all I'm going to say to this. As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.